Hello, what's up guys? My name is Lucy. I am a artist in case you don't know. I live in Brisbane, Australia, and this is going to be a studio slash office room makeover. Come and join me. Okay, so this is what we are working with. This room is, we live in a 2-bedroom apartment. This was the office, meant to be the productive space, and it just got turned into a junk room, which is my bad, but I'm going to fix it. So I've got a plan. Basically the corner desk and the bookshelf is definitely going to stay. But then the other bits of furniture in the room, they can leave. So the main table in the middle and the desk on the side can be moved out. And then I've been looking at IKEA. I'm going to get a smaller desk under the back window and a larger bookshelf to put all of my art supplies that was on the floor on a shelf. So that's the plan. I think it'll be good. I can flip some furniture if I need to. We'll see how it goes. I've taken down the blinds that were up here, which I'll keep aside because I'm renting, but I'm going to put some wooden blinds up because the light comes in here, and I want the light to feel really, really warm when it's coming throughout the day, so I'll want to be in the room. So today is going to be the IKEA delivery day. I've already taken the larger furniture out, but now I just have to clean up all the little bits and pieces and make room for my delivery. Exciting! In case you're wondering, I did cut all my hair off about a week ago, which was before I recorded this video. It's winter here in Australia and wearing jumpers kind of just knots up the back of my head, and I got sick of brushing it all the time, so I cut all my hair off. I love it now though. Our dog's name is Athena, by the way. We adopted her and unfortunately she only had 3 legs, but she can get around just fine and she is such a goddess. I love her so much. Pretty good timing. IKEA has arrived. I'm going to bring all the stuff in and then start building furniture, which will probably take me the rest of the day. Yay! What I'm building now is the Iva range, one of the bookshelves. You can get them in different sizes from IKEA, but this one's got a really, really thick shelving. I think it's about 50 centimeters back to the wall. So you'll see later, but it's definitely enough to hold all my art supplies. My partner Tyson recently just got a gaming computer to develop video games, so this was part of the prompt of doing up this room, among other things that I had going on in my life that made me want to just clear all the clutter. It's so good. So I have a lot of little baskets and boxes to sort through. So there's going to be a lot of that today as I put things back on the shelf, but it's all going to be sorted by the time it gets put there. So I have a heap of these old sauce jars with that used to have pasta sauce in them that I use for the water for my paintbrushes when I'm painting, and I decided to take 2 of the ones that I've got and paint them black just to make them look neater, and then I'm going to strap them to the side of the bookshelf, and that'll be the permanent place to keep my paintbrushes in. I think it'll look good. So I got these cool paints like 2 years ago, but the lid is absolutely messed up.
And the only way for me to actually get into the paint is to ruin a pair of scissors and like chisel my way in, because of all the paint. It like builds up on the top. Right. So bought some jars to put.
Yeah, in case you don't know, acrylic paint, when it dries, it's like a plastic, like a glue. So with the twist top lids on these bottles, they just were never able to be opened again when it dried. I didn't quite have enough jars, but I just picked the worst bottles, and then I'll get some more jars later and fix it up. But I've got them all in one place now with my glow-in-the-dark paints and various items in here. Love it. So I'm going to use this box for my framing supplies. So I've got some twine, which I don't actually use. I use metal wire most of the time, but some measuring tape, some soft little cushiony things that you put on the bottom of the frames, and some V-hooks. The shelf is looking pretty good. I've got all my painting supplies on this shelf, and then all my sketchbooks and pencils above it. I've got oil paints in the box on the top, and then you've got my print and like packaging supplies down the bottom. Next up, to build the desk, it was called Norden, and it is what they call a drop leaf desk, which means that there is two sides of it that can fold down, so when I'm not using it, it won't take as much space in the room, which is perfect because it's not a very large room that I'm working with, and I like to do things like yoga on the floor. Athena always wants to come and check on me and get some extra pats. The room is feeling much more clean, space that I actually want to be in. I've got a beanbag coming and a lamp to go on the desk and a X frame, which a lot of the frames on the floor are going to go in when that arrives. So the lamp arrived. It's by BenQ, called a WIT e-reading lamp. I did quite a bit of research for artists that make videos and do streaming, and a lot of them recommended this one. It has like a U shape, which is meant to spread the light and give you less shadows, which is a good thing. And it's fully adjustable. I'll show you in a minute. So this part is called the touch ring, and this is how you turn it on. And then it's got this dial which you can push down, and that changes the mode. So if you push it down, it'll change from like temperature, warm to cool light. And then if you push it again and you twist the dial, it'll change how bright or dim the light goes. So here, as an example, I've got it fully bright, and then I dim it, and then I bring it brighter again, and then I make it warmer, and then I make it cooler. And then I'm just kind of playing around with the wheel. But you could imagine like hundreds of different options you can get to get a really consistent lighting for your drawing, which I guess we'll see in my future videos. So the sun is shining through the wooden blinds and it's looking really good. This is exactly what I wanted. It makes me want to go into the room and just sit here and be productive all day. This really old chair, it's older than me. It was my mum's before she passed away, and she used to use it for painting. So I'm going to give it a new life and use it for the same thing. So first you got to sand back all the old varnish and the old paint stains. Here I am applying a new coat of wood stain. This takes 12 hours to dry, so while we wait for that, we will move on to the fabric. I've removed the wood from the old foam and the fabric that it used to have and cut some new foam to put on there. And this is going to be the new fabric that I'm using. Applying the new fabric just using a staple gun.
Okay, so we've got 2 coats on here. It's definitely dry. Might need to do like a really soft sand of it to get some of the shininess, but this stuff does include varnish as well, so it's supposed to look like that. But yeah, it's looking really good. So the wood part of the chair is done. I added some gold onto the wheels and these little things just to try and make it feel a little bit fancy, but it's looking pretty good. Now I just have to attach the base. I can take these off now. That was just to hold all the bits of wood together. Beautiful.
I've utilised as much space on this bookshelf as I can. You've got my prints down the bottom, some pins, some packaging supplies, my pencil cases. You've got the paint rack with some framing supplies and my tablet, sketchbooks. I've got oil paints on the top and just a backpack. More packaging hanging off the side of it. I've got a camera hanging off the side. And on this side you just got like water bottles and palettes and some envelopes. This is an art rack for the bigger things that are already in frames to be